First up is Aerie. I bought a couple boxes of Aerie from Boutique by the Box when they had it. I also find it almost every single time I go thrifting, and especially the like bras, the t-shirts, the crop tops. They don't, first of all, they don't retail for that much, like maybe 20. If you're lucky, you might find something for like $40, but it's like, honestly, some of it's not even 20. Some of it retails new with the tags 15, 20 bucks. So think about on the resale market, it doesn't sell for much, and it does not move very fast. The sell-through rate currently is horrible, and it has been all year. Only thing from Aerie, American Eagle, I would pick up right now and moving forward is more substantial pieces. Sometimes it annoys me when resellers say that, because it's like, what's substantial to you is subjective. It may not be substantial to me, but when, for this brand specifically, when I say substantial, I'm talking jeans, jackets, coats. I don't even know that I would pick up the dresses because, like I said, they don't retail for that much. To me, I kind of look at, some of you might disagree with me on this, comment down below. I kind of look at American Eagle and Aerie as like the new Forever 21. Rest in peace to Forever 21. They went out of business. But I feel like that is what it is in my mind. So I'm just very selective, but I am staying away. 2026, unless something changes, I am staying away from bras, crop tops, shorts, dresses, unless they retail for over 50 bucks and I can get them for a deal. I will say the Boutique by the Box Aerie that I bought, I did get for a really good deal. I think it was so long ago. I think I only paid like $5 a piece. But I mean, who cares if I can get it for a deal if it doesn't sell, right? I do all right selling it, live selling. Like, that's the fastest way for me to move those items. I might regret saying this one, but Lands' End. And I say I might regret saying that. Some of you might be surprised, but like when I first started reselling a long time ago, if you are new here, by the way, hello, my name is Nikki. I've been a part-time reseller for over 10 years, and new reselling Nikki like 10, 12 years ago, I was so excited to find Lands' End. I could flip a Lands' End sweater for 30, 40, sometimes $50, and I was finding Lands' End all over Los Angeles. Almost every time I go thrifting, I still find it quite a bit, but it has not held its value like it, did 10 plus years ago. I even, when I was at Costco recently, saw it at Costco, and that, I'm not saying once brands go to Costco, they die. I'm not saying that, but I was just, you just know that feeling as a reseller, right? When there's like a very popular brand that retails for a lot and it actually holds its resale value, and then you see it at TJ Maxx and you're like, oh man. Another brand that makes me think of that is, why did I keep thinking Rachel Ray? It's not Rachel Ray. She's the cooking show. It's not Rachel Roy. The designer who had the reality TV show. What is her name? Some of you are probably screaming it at the screen. You know who I'm talking about. Anybody that's been reselling for a while, you know who I'm talking about. Once she hit TJ Maxx and Marshalls, I was like, oh man, I used to be able to actually sell her stuff before it hit the discount stores for a great profit. So, and I say I might regret saying Lands' End because I have a couple pieces of Lands' End listed in my closet right now. And I'm really just sticking to plus size. Like if you go and look in my Poshmark closet, the Lands' End I have is like size 12 and up. Those are the only pieces from Lands' End that move for me. And honestly, I should be checking the sell-through rate on these pieces that I pick up, because I probably wouldn't have picked them up if I did. These are pieces that the Lands' End that I currently have listed are pieces that are part of my $100 to $5,000 challenge. If you haven't seen those videos, I will link them down below. So I am picking up items just to test out and see how they do that I probably wouldn't pick up, but I will tell you the plus size pieces actually have decent sell-through rates. But anything under like an extra large even a large, they just don't move. Look up the sell-through rates, and they don't sell for much like they used to, like before Lands' End hit the discount stores. And maybe I was too young. Maybe they were in discount stores already, but I remember specifically like 10 years ago, I didn't shop at Costco because I didn't have kids then. I had no reason to shop at Costco 10 years ago. But I did shop TJ Maxx and Marshalls, and I didn't see Lands' End there then. There then, yes. Why does that sound weird to say? But I do see it now. That could just be a regional thing. I'm in Los Angeles, and we have Lands' End at TJ Maxx and Marshalls. I know that because I went to both last week to do some retail arbitrage. Let me know, do you have Lands' End at yours? Because sometimes I'll tell people like, oh, we have free people. We have a ton of free people at my local TJ Maxx's. And they're like, excuse me? My TJ Maxx is full of like, like, I don't know, stuff that I didn't even know TJ Maxx sold. So it might be a regional thing, but let me know in the comments down below. Does your TJ Maxx and Marshalls have free people? I just assumed, oh, if mine has it, they probably have it like sprinkled nationwide, but I don't know. Let me know down below. Also, my TJ Maxx has that runway section. You know what I'm talking about? Like where they have designer items, like Gucci, even Chanel, Prada, and they have it like in these cases. And then they have like DVF, Revolve brands. I'm trying to think of some that I saw. Favorite Daughter, Kate, Jenny Kane. Like we have quite a few TJ Maxx's that have that section. Some of them are good deals. Some of them aren't so great. I'm trying to think if I ever sourced that section. When I go to those discount stores to source, I'm not looking to spend hundreds of dollars on one piece. I don't think I've ever sourced anything from those sections. So let me know, does your discount store have those sections like the designer? I forget what it's called. I'm drawing a blank. I am filming this, by the way, at 5:14 a.m. I did not even say Happy Thanksgiving. This is going live on Thanksgiving. So if you celebrate Thanksgiving, Happy Thanksgiving, subscribe. Oh, we hit 26,000 subscribers. You guys are awesome. So thank you for all of you that have subscribed. I've been trying to be better about saying this in every video. Consider subscribing. I upload multiple times a week, even on major holidays. Thanksgiving, I'll probably have a video go up on Christmas. So whether you're celebrating with family or you are alone, you will probably see me on a holiday. Because I love uploading. I love filming. I love reading your comments. I love the whole process of YouTube. I'm one of those weird YouTubers that even really likes editing. So subscribe. This is another one that makes me sad. Nasty Gal. I cannot sell Nasty Gal to save my life. The only place I can sell Nasty Gal is ThredUp. If I find, I just recently found a Nasty Gal gown at the Goodwill outlet. I just sent it to ThredUp. I can't sell it in live sales. I list it, it doesn't sell. Sometimes I even send it to ThredUp and the whole listing window passes, it doesn't sell. And oftentimes I just let them keep it. A lot of you ask me, for those of you that sell on ThredUp, do you reclaim your items if they don't sell? Here's the honest truth. I'm not trying to sound cocky. Realistically, let's say I send them a box of 50 items. At least 50% of those items sell, because what I do is I price my items high and then I start aggressively marking them down to make sure they sell without losing money. I'm still making a profit, okay? And then the other like 20%, I will reclaim that doesn't sell. It's like 20 to 30%, because they're usually, most of the stuff I'm sending ThredUp are mid-range to like higher end items. All of my higher end items, I'm talking like Gucci, like I sourced this Reese coat. It's a coat dress, brand new with the tags. This retails for $445. I found 5 of these, retail arbitrage. I sent them 5 and 2 did not sell. This is one of the ones that didn't sell. I reclaimed it. You better believe I reclaimed this almost $500 jacket. So those things I reclaim. And then I want to say like 20% of those 50 items that I got from the Goodwill outlet that were just like filler items, it's like 10 to 20%. I just let them keep. I'm not paying $6 to reclaim an item I paid $2 for. I'm just not. And that's on the high end. Usually it's like 10% that don't sell that are from the Goodwill outlet that I just let them keep. But anything that is higher end, new with tags, or even mid-range that I paid up for, I pay the fee to reclaim. It sucks, but it's just the cost of doing business. It's currently $6 per item to reclaim. So, but like Nasty Gal things that I send them from the Goodwill outlet, every time I buy Nasty Gal, it's only from the Goodwill outlet. I don't even buy it from the traditional thrift store because the sell-through rates are horrible and it just does not move for me. So I will not be picking, I don't even know if I'm going to continue to pick that brand up at the Goodwill outlet. So let me know, do you do well selling these brands? I should have said this in the beginning. Remember, this is just my experience with these brands and these items. If you have a different experience and you do great selling these items, let us know in the comments down below, because I always say, I do not know everything. I am always open to learning. Maybe there are some pieces from these brands that I should focus on, but I don't know. This is one of those brands across the board, dresses, coats, whatever it is, they do not sell for me. Nasty Gal, I probably won't even be picking up at the Goodwill outlet. Unless one of you change my mind in the comments and you're like, well, Nikki, you should look out for this. I don't know. It's horrible for me. This one, again, might, some of you might be like, what? But Gap. Do you all have luck selling Gap? I will say caveats. If I find vintage Gap, I will pick it up. If I find new with tags Gap, I might pick it up because the vintage pieces are really coveted because the quality was better back then. Those items can last you for years and years. And also if I find plus size, like I'm looking at my closet right now, I have Gap extra large, I have Gap 4X, but other than that, I'm not picking up Gap. Look up the sell-through rate. I have been on Poshmark for almost 7 years. 2026, beginning March of 2026 will be my 7th year selling on Poshmark. And guess how many Gap items I have sold? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I have picked up a ton of Gap in the last 7 years. The only pieces that really sell for me are the plus size. I will say recently, just last week, I did sell these Gap barrel jeans. And these sold actually, for Gap, these sold amazingly fast. These sold within a month. And they were a size 27, so they're not plus size. And I found these at the Goodwill outlet. They sold for $22. So it's not a ton of money. But for Gap to sell that fast for me, that's not plus size, is almost unheard of. I very rarely sell Gap on Poshmark. So I was surprised that sold so fast. Like I said, if I can find a trendy piece, a vintage piece, or new with tags Gap, I might consider it. Like barrel jeans are very trendy right now. Unpopular opinion, for myself, I do not like barrel jeans on my body because I have very thick thighs. And I feel like barrel jeans, I tried on a pair, just accentuate it. I don't know. Any of you that have thick thighs, I feel like barrel jeans probably, I don't know, maybe it's just me. I don't like them. I took them off so fast because I was like, maybe I could be trendy like the girls. No, Nikki, no, you cannot. So that exception aside, Gap has sold like crap for me over these last couple of years. I don't know. And if you look at Gap, some of their stuff retails for a lot. We actually have a brick and mortar Gap store here. We have a couple of them. We have a lot of them actually. So I went into one. I do this as, what do you call it? Like market research, just to see what things are retailing for. Because I personally, for myself, I shop almost 100% online. I do not go into stores to buy things. I am such an online shopper. And so I force myself to go into stores, honestly, just to look at retail prices. And some of their stuff retails for a lot, but I don't know, is Gap in trouble? Because they had some mega sales. Like, it was like buy 3 t-shirts for 50 bucks. And I was like, wow, I was actually surprised. But then when you go into like J. Crew and Banana Republic, a t-shirt is like $60. So I don't know. I was like, is this a sign that Gap is having some problems? Because they were having some really good deals. So it made me realize, like, no wonder I can't resell this stuff for like 20 or 30 bucks. You could literally come into the store and get it brand new. Another one I'm just gonna throw in there that's like that is Old Navy. But Old Navy sells a bit better for me because people really like their active wear, their athleisure, their plus size. So I won't include Old Navy in this, but it's like kind of an honorable mention because they have good sales. Their stuff doesn't retail for like a lot, you know, not like hundreds of dollars. So a lot of times people can just spend 10 extra bucks and get it new as opposed to buying it from us resale pre-owned. Hologen. Hologen is one of Nordstrom's house brands. Actually, let me fact check that because I feel like I've seen it sold other places. A Nordstrom house brand. Yes, okay, it is. It's one of Nordstrom's private labels, known for affordable, trendy, classic clothing, shoes, accessories for women. I first got my experience selling Hologen when I got, no joke, hundreds of pieces in it in a Nordstrom palette. I have not purchased a Nordstrom palette in years. I was trying to think, I think it's like 3 years, I don't know, 2 years, it's been a long time. Oh, it would be 2 years because I was pregnant with my 2-year-old son. So I think it was like 3 years ago because I was still pregnant with him. One of the worst parts about buying liquidation is getting multiples of one SKU, like hundreds of the same item. You're lucky if you get it in different sizes. Like I got like 50 Hologen sweaters, all in a size extra, extra small. And they all retailed for $25. So what the heck do you think I can resell that for? So that was my first experience selling Hologen. I was like, how can I move these things? And I moved them. I sold them all. I took a ton to Crossroads, Uptown Cheapskate, and I just removed the price. And they took almost all of them. And then I sold the rest. I think I had like 5 or 10 left. Live selling. So thank God for live selling. This is why I always say diversify, diversify, diversify. You don't have to be a live seller to be a successful reseller. You all know I will die on that hill. I don't like that saying because it sounds so morbid, but I have to think of something else. I stand by that. You do not have to be a live seller to be a successful reseller, but having different ways to sell your items will make you more money. So whether that be not just selling on Poshmark, but also adding eBay, or maybe you sell on eBay and you want to try Amazon or Depop or Mercari, or maybe you're a live seller and you're like, live selling is really bad right now. The sales suck. Maybe you start listing again. Like, just diversify. Maybe you only sell to ThredUp. Maybe you sell to consignment stores. Whatever that is, diversify. Because if I did not know about selling to Crossroads and local consignment stores, and if I didn't have live selling, I would be screwed with those items. I don't know what I would have done. I guess I could have created like reseller bundles, but who the heck wants 50 extra small sweaters? Anywho, that was my first experience with this brand. Then I find it a lot at the thrift stores because we have a ton of Nordstrom stores here that do direct donations to our Goodwills. And I know this because I talk to everybody when I go to Goodwill, and I was talking to the managers, and multiple times they've told me, yeah, we get a ton of direct donations from Nordstrom. That's why you find a lot of their house brands, and I've picked it up over the years and they just sit. And I have almost always lost money when I list it myself. That's one of the few brands that I either break even or lose money just to move the item. I'm not picking it up anymore. I do like the brand personally. Like when I find it for work pieces, I like their coats. Some of their stuff can be pretty good quality that you can get at a reasonable, I don't buy at retail. I've told you all this, like 99% of my work wardrobe, I shouldn't say 99. Like 80% is thrifted. I find so many great work items from the thrift store. So I like Hologen to thrift for myself, but to resell, I don't know. If you guys know like some outliers, I feel like someone's gonna be like, well, if you find this piece, I don't know, even their coats, the dresses, they just don't sell for much. I don't know what I was thinking picking up this brand, Sonoma Goods. I sold this hoodie. This was years ago for $9. Where is Sonoma Goods even sold? Why did I pick that up? Let me look this up. Kohl's. Oh, it's a Kohl's brand. Is it sold anywhere else? Why do I feel like I used to see that brand with, like, when I would go to Kmart? Rest in peace to Kmart. We only had one Kmart here in LA near me, and I would go in there like once a year, and I would always learn new brands. And I was like, oh, I've never heard of this brand. And I feel like before that Kmart closed, I saw Sonoma Goods. I don't know why I picked that up, but I see this brand all the time. Do any of you have? I think that is the only time I've sold that brand myself. I have sent some of their stuff to ThredUp years ago, and I think I maybe got a profit of like $5. This was way back. Do not pick up this brand and send it to ThredUp now. They will literally not accept it. I'm looking at Kohl's website, and you can get a sweater from Sonoma Goods for $16.99. So I should have known better. I feel like that brand is like probably one of the most obvious ones. And I'm looking at my Poshmark closet. That is the only time I've sold this brand in 7 years. So I think I should just be grateful that I even sold it. It looks very cozy. It even had like fraying. I should be so grateful I even sold that. I know I got this from the Goodwill outlet, and I paid $1 for it. I feel like this one, you guys know my issue with this tree. At least I'm through the sinus infection phase. If you know, you know. Some of you were like, girl, you're probably allergic to the flocking on this tree. Yeah, me and my 30-inch hair extensions. Inc. International Concepts. I did confirm, I looked it up. It is Macy's private brand, and they've had it for decades. I did not know that. Yes, I did, because you know what? I have sold vintage items from this brand, and I remember looking it up, and I was like, they've been around long enough to have vintage items? Decades, friends. So this one comes with caveats. I'm not picking up like the basic pieces, the t-shirts, the basic tops. Like I sold an Inc. International Concept top for $9, $10, I'm sorry. It retailed for $89. I sold it for $10. But I will tell you, their men's items can sell great. I just sold 2 men's coats from this brand on eBay. I mostly sell this brand on eBay. And then their dresses and coats for women and plus size, I will still pick up. But I'm talking, this one is very similar to American Eagle and Aerie, like the basic tops, blouses, even the workwear. I'm just not picking it up anymore unless it is new with the tags, because the sell-through rate is horrible. There are 50 million of them listed on Poshmark and eBay, and a lot of them are dated. Vintage pieces, though, I will still pick up. So vintage, plus size, a lot of these brands come with caveats. There are only a few brands that I'm like, absolutely not. I don't care what I find. Like Sonoma Goods, I don't care what I find. I'm not picking it up. I cannot tell you how much Lularoe I have passed up. That should be another one we talk about. We'll talk about Lularoe in a minute, but we'll talk about that because a lot of you have told me you make great money selling Lularoe. But so Inc. International Concepts with a lot of caveats. Plus size, vintage, men's, new with tags, yes. But basic pieces, even basic dresses, workwear pieces that are super dated, they're not new with the tags, I'm not picking it up. That brand, every time I find it now, I always check sell-through rate. I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure anytime I've picked this brand up this year, it's all been from the Goodwill outlet. I'm not paying up for that brand. I don't even care if it's new with the tags. I'm not paying up for that brand. Like, I had the opportunity to buy 10 new tags dresses from Inc. for $10 each, and I think they retailed for like 90, but the sell-through rate was like 5% for that dress. And it was just very dated, and so I'm just very, very picky with that brand. And I think you all should be too, just because it's just everywhere. It's almost like Macy's fast fashion line. Is it considered fast fashion? I don't know. Because I don't know. That'll be something I'll have to talk with ChatGPT about, but I find it everywhere. Let's talk about Lularoe, because so many of you, when I talk about Lularoe and how I don't pick it up, I find it new with the tags all the time here, are like, what you should do is lot it up and sell it as a big lot. And I thought, okay, in 2025, I'll try that. It didn't sell. I've had it for a whole year, because what happened was end of 2024, all of you told me, because I did a brand video and I was like, I don't pick it up. You were like, no, you should pick it up and lot it, like same sizes, or do lots of plus size. It still doesn't sell for me. I don't know. And all of it is new with the tags. I'm not picking it up anymore. I'll leave it all for you. I don't know. I think giving a new style of selling a try for a year is enough. And when I say new style, I mean bundles. I've sold bundles for years, so you all know. It's one of my favorite ways to resell. But if I've tried to sell a brand for a year, it's all new with the tags, and I'm not listing it super high. I even tried to auction it at like, I think it was a bundle of 5 leggings, all new with the tags, all plus size. And I started it at $25. It didn't even get a bid in 7 days. So I'm done with Lula. Unless they have a renaissance or something, I'm going to leave it all for you all to pick up. I know so many of you are like, I do so great selling Lularoe. Well, you go, girl, because I do not. I'm not picking it up. 2026, 2027, unless something happens. Never say never, but I am 99.99% sure I will not pick it up. This one, I am curious to hear your thoughts. Pretty Little Thing. Very fast fashion brand. I find it a lot. We actually have Pretty Little Thing. Is it Pretty Little Things? I always say Pretty Little Things, but I think it's Pretty Little Thing. Anyways, I had these new with tags jeans, and they sold for $10. We have a brick and mortar store here, so I find it anytime we have brick and mortar stores in our town, I do find those brands a lot while thrifting. It doesn't retail for a lot. It's very fast fashion. The quality is not great. And oftentimes I pick this brand up because I find it new with the tags at the Goodwill outlet. All of us resellers just pass it over because it doesn't retail for a ton. And it's not worth, in my opinion, it's not even worth photographing, listing, and storing to make $10 in 2 years. These pants I had took 2 years to sell. Like, ThreadUp doesn't take it. My consignment stores sometimes take it. It's not worth me listing myself. I'm trying to think of like what I would pick up from this brand. Nothing. This is like Lularoe. This is one of those brands that even when I find it new with the tags, I don't pick it up. Sometimes I pick it up for myself because I find it at the Goodwill outlet. I'm like, it's $2. You know, sometimes I'll like wear the tops I find like for filming or work, but I just don't like their stuff really, so I stopped doing it for myself. I haven't picked it up at all in 2025. I have not. I don't think I have. Watch someone of you go back and watch one of my hauls and be like, you did buy. No, I don't think I have, but I can tell you moving forward, I'm not picking it up. Even I've tried selling it in lots like Lularoe. It doesn't sell for me. I don't know. If you have luck selling it, let me know down below. Even in live sales, I can't move it.